Hillary Clinton certainly getting a lot of television time, including a recent appearance on Ellen. Mrs. Clinton seizing on the chance to criticize Donald Trump by describing his demeanor in the last presidential debate. But is she getting a pass from the media regarding coverage of her own controversies?
He was really all wrought up, and you could just sense how much anger he had. And so he was really trying to dominate and then literally stalk me around the stage. And I would just feel this presence behind me. And I thought, whoa, this is really weird. Yeah. And so I was just trying to stay focused.
Tony Sayegh is a Republican strategist, Fox News contributor. Bernard Whitman is a former Clinton pollster, author of 52 Reasons to Vote for Hillary Clinton. You might want to subtract a few digits after the latest hacked emails. He's also president and CEO of Whitman Insight Strategies. All right, what about that? Tony, is the media guilty of burying Hillary Clinton's sins, if you will, related to all these hacked emails that are somewhat embarrassing, not to mention her real email controversy, with this saturated coverage of Donald Trump's groping remarks and the women who've come forward?
You know, Greg, there's been nobody I know who has defended the remarks Donald Trump made in that audio tape done 11 years ago while he was a media celebrity as a private citizen. No one's going to excuse what was said, but those were done in a very different context than the sins, as you put it, of Hillary Clinton, which we learn every day in these thousands of pages of emails that come out. She did as Secretary of State, having sworn to the Constitution of the United States, and as an active candidate for president. And
what sins, really?
Well, if you look at today, ABC just found out, using the Freedom of Information Law, that the Clinton State Department actually only had meetings during the Haitian earthquake crisis with firms and contractors that had given money to the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
There was a special distinction of friend of Bill.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the last hour.
It wasn't $10 billion of contracts given from the State Department to friends of the Clinton Foundation. That's a serious controversy.
Is, you know, the noise over the audio tape, again, you know, it was 11 years ago, really drowning out any legitimate discussion about Hillary Clinton's email?
Greg, let's get real. This was not done 11 years ago. The reason why this story is in the news today is that Donald Trump brings it up repeatedly over and over and over again on the campaign.
Well, he's defending himself.
No, here's what happened. He got up and lied in front of tens of millions of people on the debate stage, and women after women after women are coming forward to simply corroborate what he said on tape.
You don't know if he's telling the truth or if they're telling the truth.
This is a misdeed and a meltdown of his own making. And he has press conferences in Florida where he brags about trying to intimidate his accusers into silence.
If he doesn't produce the proof he says he has, that these are all lies.
There's no proof.
What does that do? Well, you don't know that. What does that do to him?
Well, look, he says he has it. That's what we're going to have to see. In the case of Bill Clinton, for example, when you have Paula Jones, who was paid $850,000 by Bill Clinton to settle her suit. You have Renita Broderick. Excuse me, Bernard.
Running for president.
Excuse me. He brought it up as a comparable, which it certainly is. Renita Broderick actually had a sworn deposition, affidavit rather. You have Wiley, who had a sworn deposition. These have substantial legal confirmation of these claims. These women are coming out. But Bernard, if you could stop shouting and let me go.
Guys, don't talk over each other.
But one second. The other thing that came out in WikiLeaks, which I understand you're so upset about, is that there is collusion, we now know, between the New York Times, Washington Post, NBC, and other media outlets in working as a wholesale subsidiary of the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Hold on.
I don't know if that's true.
They're approving quotes.
Tony.
They're allowing Hillary to write her own quotes.
One at a time. All right, Bernard.
Tony, is between Julian Assange, who is a notorious traitor to this country. He should be locked up for treason. And Vladimir Putin, who's a disgusting dictator.
Those are all, that's unsubstantiated.
That is where the biggest boosters, the United States has basically proved that these hacks are coming from Russia.
Let me play a quick clip here. This is Bill Clinton's accusers on Hannity. Take a listen.
Has the mainstream media been receptive to asking you three about your stories?
Oh, definitely not.
Nobody?
No.
Nobody's asked.
No. Nobody has asked? The New York Times never called you?
No.
Not until we went into the Trump spin room.
What about that, Bernard?
Are you kidding me? I think all of us lived through the 90s. These allegations against Bill Clinton were aired, debated, discussed ad nauseum in the 90s. He is not running for president. All of these allegations have been litigated and discussed.
Real quick,
and the new information is these women after women after women coming forward to corroborate what Donald Trump said
and legally
on
substantiated.
tape.
Why was the audio released the Friday before the Sunday by a media organization that had it for months? It was to deliberately alter the outcome.
We've got some breaking news I got to get to. Bernard, Tony, thank you very much. Martha?